Well done is a half done, we know. In your every work, you have to maintain a rule of words. Today we will discuss and we are going to show a deep discuss on rule of work. Now let's start today.
All right, everybody, welcome back. You wanted to know the secrets to climbing the career ladder.
You wanted a playbook for success.
Well, strap in. We went deep on Richard Templar's rules of work. This book doesn't mess around. No sugarcoating, just straight talk about getting ahead.
Straight talk, yeah. You know, so many career books out there are all like fluffy, feel-good stuff. But rules of work, it's like a punch in the face. In a good way, like a wake-up call.
Definitely. It's all about action. Rules of work lays out all these specific things you can do to get where you want to be. Like right off the bat, Templar hits you with this idea of walking the talk. None of that fake it till you make it stuff. You got to be authentic.
Yeah. You got to back up your words with actions. Be reliable. Like, think about it. If you say you're going to do something, you got to deit it.
Okay.
People notice that kind of consistency.
Totally. And that builds trust, right? Like when you prove you're dependable, you become the go-to person. People want to work with you, want to promote you.
Exactly. It's all about building a reputation. And you know what? Rules of work takes it even further. It's not just about showing up. It's about having a plan. A real concrete plan, like a 5-year plan. Where do you want to be in 5 years? And what are the steps to get there?
Love that. So, okay, you're walking the talk, you got your plan.
Right.
But how do you stand out?
Right.
There's tons of competition out there. Templar says you got to find your niche, become an expert in something specific.
Yeah, your superpower. He uses this awesome analogy. He compares being well-rounded to a Swiss Army knife.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Right. So a Swiss Army knife, it has a bunch of tools, right? But how often do you use all the tools? Usually you just need one, right? The right tool for the job. So figure out what your sharpest tool is and become the best at it.
That's so good. Okay, here's another thing from the book that really struck me. It actually says we should be studying failures. Like learning from other people's mistakes is a shortcut to success.
Kind of counterintuitive, right?
Good.
Yeah, it is. But think about it. We always hear these success stories, right?
Yeah.
But failures are like gold mines of information. They teach you what not to do. It's like a cheat sheet for avoiding pitfall.
I love that cheat sheet for life.
Right, like take Henry Ford, you know, the car guy.
Of course.
He had a bunch of failed businesses before he hit it big with Ford Motor Company, but he learned from those failures and those lessons. They helped him become one of the biggest success stories ever.
That's so true. All right, let's talk about something we all know is important, but maybe don't always put enough effort into. Attitude. Templar is a huge believer in the power of a genuine smile. Not just like a polite smile, but a real genuine smile.
Yeah, and he gets into the science behind it too. It's fascinating. Like a genuine smile triggers something in other people. It makes them feel comfortable. It builds rapport. Think about someone you instantly felt at ease with. I bet they had a warm, genuine smile.
Yeah, like a smile reaches their eyes. Yeah.
Exactly. It conveys warmth, sincerity. It completely changes the energy of an interaction.
For sure. And another big thing in the book is professionalism, like staying cool under pressure. You know those people who just always seem to have it together?
Yeah.
No matter what's going on, that's the vibe we're going for.
It's like being the calm in the storm. Maintaining your composure shows you're mature, you're reliable, it shows respect, and you know what goes hand in hand with professionalism?
Let me guess. Communication.
Bingo. Clear communication. Doesn't matter how brilliant your ideas are if you can't get them across.
Right.
Ugh. It's so frustrating when you get confusing instructions. Like, you just want to scream. Clear communication is key. It prevents mistakes, saves time. Everyone's on the same page.
100%. Templar's really big on making sure your message resonates, no matter who you're talking to. Like, figure out their communication style, find common ground. It just makes everything smoother.
Okay, get this. When it comes to long-term goals, Rules of Work actually compares it to being a master criminal.
Wait, what? A master criminal? Yeah. Obviously not in the illegal sense, but in the sense that you have to be super meticulous. Like you can't afford any flip-ups. Every move's got to be calculated.
Oh, I see. It's about thinking several steps ahead. Every action, every decision takes you closer to your goal. It's that level of focus and planning that sets apart the dreamers from the achievers.
Yes. And to do that, you need self-awareness.
Yeah.
Got to know your strengths and your weaknesses. Templar's really big on this.
Yeah, being honest with yourself, knowing what you're good at and what you need to work on. That way you can play to your strengths, right? And find ways to improve in areas where you're not so strong.
Exactly. It's about having a realistic self-image. Not being cocky, but also not selling yourself short. You got to be able to assess your skills honestly so you can make smart choices about your career.
Absolutely. So much of success comes down to making the right decisions. And those decisions, they're based on how well you know yourself.
Okay, so what's the big takeaway from our deep dive into rules of work? It's about taking control. It's about not waiting for things to happen, but making them happen. It's about strategy. It's about intention. It's about constantly pushing yourself to be better.
And it's about remembering one crucial thing. It's not explicitly stated in the book, but it's the foundation for everything else. You are the driver in your career journey. Rules of work gives you the map, but you choose where you want to go.
So are you ready to take the wheel? Or are you ready to make those rules work for you?
Let's go.
That's it for this deep dive. See you next time.